Tectonic shift. Shaping the future with innovation.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this prompt engineering podcast. Today, we are going to do a tour through the ChatGPT interface and its features. So, after creating your account and logging into ChatGPT, this is the starting screen for non Plus users, and this is the one for Plus members. And as you can see, there are some minor differences, but the core interface is actually the same. Therefore, we will get started with the non-plus user here to explore the interface. ChatGPT has two core areas. The first core area is here, this right section in the screen, where we can actually start our conversation with ChatGPT. There, we can ask our questions, submit our so-called prompts, and receive our answers so the output ChatGPT generates. We can simply do this by adding our request, our question, or whatever you want to discuss in ChatGPT in this message box down here. So you can basically ask anything you want. But if you are having a hard time getting started, you can also find some examples up here. If we click one of these examples, the text is automatically added here into our message box, and by pressing enter, we already started our conversation with ChatGPT. The generation of the output can take a few moments, but generally this is what working with ChatGPT looks like already. You ask a question, you write a so-called prompt, and then ChatGPT outputs the answer inside this specific chat. Talking about chats, this brings us to the second core area of the user interface. In the left column here, we have our so-called chats. Typically, when working in ChatGPT, you organize different projects, different topics you can discuss in specific chats. By default, a new chat window was created, and after the first output, ChatGPT automatically comes up with the title for this specific chat. You can of course edit the title of this chat by clicking onto this pen symbol and by typing the new chat name in it and do confirmation. Or you can also delete a specific chat by clicking onto this trash symbol and confirming this. You can now either continue the conversation in this chat related to this birthday topic, or you can also continue the conversation with a completely different topic. That's totally up to you. Typically, as I said, you would create a new chat actually, and then, for example, discuss this third example: how do I make an HTTP request in JavaScript? This is a programming related question, but if we click it again, it is again added to the message box. And then by pressing enter, we created our second chat and started our second conversation in ChatGPT. Now this is important. If we switch to another chat and while this answer is created and then switch back, you see that this didn't work. So you have to wait until the output was generated to switch to a new chat or to add another question in a specific chat. I can press regenerate response, and this will, as the name indicates, regenerate the response in this specific chat. Now this response was created, so we can now switch back to our birthday party ideas chat. And now I could continue the conversation with ChatGPT based on the output it generated before, as ChatGPT is context aware. For example, the fifth option, the movie night. There, I could ask ChatGPT if it has some recommendations for movies I could watch. So I could say regarding fifth, can you give me some recommendations? As you see, I don't mention movies recommendations. We will dive into this in a lot more detail in the upcoming episodes of this podcast. So ChatGPT is a context of our tool. This means ChatGPT memorizes, so to say, the conversation and the topics discussed in a specific chat. This doesn't work across chats, though, so only for the specific chat you are working on, and therefore we can refer to earlier topics discussed. It is enough to refer to the fifth option in the list. ChatGPT is context aware, it knows that the fifth option is a movie night. So I'm referring to movie recommendations here. As you see, we have got some movie recommendations for a 10-year-old's birthday. So this is a first look at chats and how we can start conversation in ChatGPT. We will explore this in a lot more detail in upcoming episodes. There are only some minor things I would like to show you here. One of these are the settings here in the left bottom corner of the non-plus members. you get the option to upgrade to a Plus account. And if you click onto your name here, you get some additional options. For example, to clear your conversations, this will delete all your current chats in ChatGPT, and you can also access your settings here. There you can change the theme from a dark to a light theme, or you can go to the data controls menu down here. Chat history and training allows you to enable or disable your chat history. This means you will have the different chats stored, and this information will be used by ChatGPT to further train the model. By default, this option is enabled. So if I disable this and check out my chats once again, I see that I basically don't have the option to work in different chat windows. So in my case, I will turn this option on again. You can also export data. This means you can download the currently active chat conversations. So you will get an email with a downloadable file that contains this conversation. You can share links of these chats to your friends and colleagues and can manage them here as well. And finally, in the data controls, you can also delete your ChatGPT account. Let's go back to the account once again. In there, you can also find a logout option to log out from ChatGPT. Let's now have a look at the Plus version 2 to see where the differences are. And actually, we only have three core differences. The first one can be found in the account settings down here. There we have this My Plan options now to manage our Plus plan. Besides that, we can also see that in the conversations area, the examples are missing, not a big issue actually. And the third and most important difference is the options to select different models in the Plus version. For the non-plus version, we can only use a standard predefined model, so to say, which is not as powerful as the ones we have in the plus version. In the plus version, we can not only switch between the different models, we can also enable or disable early access features, like the code interpreter feature or the plugins feature, etc. We will have a look at the both of these features soon in upcoming episodes. Like what are these models, what are the differences between these models, and which one should you choose. Let's have a look at discussions in the next episode. So stay tuned with Tectonic Shift. Can't wait to see you soon again. Bye bye.